3 and some change left to play here in the first quarter. Caitlin Clark pulls it back, knocks it down.
Clark working on Van Loo. Oh, Clark, pretty step back, hits a three. 18-5 run here for the Mystics after the Fever rattle off the first 5. Clark trying to answer, and does with a three.
I guess he determined that Ariel Atkins had possession.
Clark the switch on to Dolson, steps back and buries a triple. Indiana has numbers here. Clark looks to take advantage. Clark launches and hits a three. 3 minutes left to play in this one, and the hill is steep. 12 points. The Fever looking to erase. Here's Clark, catch and shoot. Hits a three!
Consistency is one of the most underrated qualities in basketball, and Caitlin Clark has built her reputation on delivering every single night. Fans know what to expect when she steps on the floor. Effort, intensity, and production at the highest level. That reliability is what separates her from so many other players. When you look at her performances,
she knows how to use her body and get to her spots of being able to affect that defense.
Clark is coming off the masterful night and starts us off strong here. Clark stepping back and hits a three.
Today with plantar fasciitis, but her team is beating Indiana, and they called it on Howard, her second. If anything, I thought maybe Kalani Brown might have been whistled for something.
Yeah, I didn't see that call at all.
Caitlin Clark, after a rough start. Clark, a little bit of daylight.
Here is Clark off the screen, launches, and drops a triple. I think that was the right decision by Christy Sides not to challenge it. Would have been a tough one to get. Clark off the screen, finds some space, and delivers. It's a
the numbers aren't just impressive, they're steady. Night after night, Caitlin scores, distributes, and rebounds with the same energy. There's no such thing as a quiet game for her because she always finds a way to impact the action. Her shooting consistency is a perfect example. From deep range, she has become a player.
Indiana, a different team though. Clark,
she got it.
Clark. And now with 22 seconds to go, here's Clark off the screen. The three-pointer is good.
That's going to be what, if they can get back into this game, it's going to be grabbing those boards, getting some second chance opportunities.
Clark gets herself free. Over that left shoulder.
Austin had her 11th double-double of the season, and Clark bonded to by Marina Mabry. And here is Clark, wide open, knocks down a triple. Clark, step back, hits a three.
Since the Marina Mabry trade, and she has stepped up her game in that opportunity. Caitlin Clark for three, rattles it.
Defenses can never ignore. Whether it's her step-back three, a quick catch and shoot, or a deep pull-up in transition, Caitlin knocks down shots with regularity. That shooting threat stretches defenses and forces them to play honestly for the entire game. But her consistency goes beyond scoring.
McDonley working it around here for the Fever. Good ball movement on this possession. Logo shot. Logo made. And when she gives the ball up. Well, the Fever on a 15-2 extended run from the end of the first quarter. Clark again. Heating up. And 2 possessions, 2 turnovers here for the Sky. Caitlin Clark running things. 8 assists, 15 points in the first half. Look at the Sky shooting 38%. Caitlin Clark, another three-pointer.
three-pointer made. Every field goal made has been three, and Clark gets her first field goal of the afternoon.
Get involved more on the offensive end.
3 players in double figures. Clark again with another three.
That sets up her ability to drive. She is a hard check. Tough to keep in front.
Clark, step back, hits a three. Clark with 9 points, 7 assists here so far. Clark crossing over and dropping a three.
She's just as reliable in setting up her teammates. Some nights, she may dish out 10 assists. Other nights, it's 5. But the common thread is that she always makes the right reads. That ability to keep her team's offense flowing makes her invaluable. Her rebounding effort is another steady part of her game. Even as a guard, Caitlin crashes the boards.
3 triples.
Clark trying to answer. You bet. Clark working on McDonald, who gives it a swipe. Clark, step back, hits a 3. Minnesota shooting just 29% here in the first quarter. Clark looking aggressive. Clark launches and hits a 3.
Now, in between quarters, in between halves, to come out with the exact same energy. And especially, that's one way to...
They would have one more win this year than each of the last 2 years combined. Oh, look at Mitchell Clark playing catch. Well, this is a Minnesota defense that has been a lead all season long. Beaver had their way with it in the first quarter. Clark trying to get Indiana started, and maybe that'll help. Boston setting up Clark. ABC. Boston gets it back to Clark, sidesteps Howard. She will launch and knock down a 3.
Often sparking transition plays by grabbing defensive rebounds and pushing the pace herself. That consistency and effort ensures her team is always in a position to run. What's even more impressive is how she brings the same energy on the biggest stages. Some players struggle under the spotlight, but Caitlin thrives. From regular season games to tournament showdowns,
3 closeouts each possession, and if you do that, you're probably going to have a team in rotation, and you're probably going to have some mismatches.
Clark, step back 3.
Canada has been a problem for Caitlin Clark. Pressure all game.
Clark, a problem for Canada there. Up 7 to down 7. The Beaver had all of the energy early on. Championship medal of Las Vegas on full display, and Clark dropping, leading the way out of that backcourt. Clark, Boston screen, fire away, hits a 3.
Yep. Being able to finish out the last a little bit.
Clark, step back, hits a 3.
Only shooting 67% from 3.
Clark on a step back, buries a 3. National duties with Germany, also suffered an injury. This is just her 14th game and part of the challenge that Dallas has had all year. Clark catch and shoot and knocks down her second 3. Two-fag Benlay. Indiana will reset. Clark fire away. You bet.
she performs at the same high level. Pressure doesn't break her rhythm, it fuels her. Coaches and teammates love that kind of steadiness. They know they can count on her to show up and produce. That trust builds chemistry and confidence within the team, because when your leader is consistent, everyone else follows that example. Caitlin Clark isn't just spectacular in highlights.
A little bit here. We'll see if the Fever can free her up. Clark off the screen. Clark launches, hits a three.
They like running her off this Iverson cut into a ball screen.
Clark, yes!
I don't know if Dolson was ready for that. It looked like she was positioning herself for a rebound, but she was right there in front. Clark, deep three. Her general manager, and she just loves that MLA is playing so well as of late here in DC. Here's Clark. That one rattled.
Who have a 9-point third quarter lead. Mitchell isolating on Thomas. Clark needs one. Finally has one.
They're hoping that can discourage Alyssa Thomas from making some of her great passes.
No one picks up Clark, who cans the three. Connecticut now 1 for 12 from the floor in this first.
Good looks, though. They're getting good looks.
Clark connects. Here's Clark working behind Boston. Clark for the lead. You bet!
She's dependable in the grind. Her consistency proves that greatness isn't about one big performance, but about stacking excellence game after game. If you enjoyed these Caitlin Clark highlights, don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment, and of course, subscribe so you never miss the next video.